We're back, 27 UK Nationals stream, top 8. 2 players have now been eliminated, so it's now a top 6. I'm Alex White, back again, joined by Chris Dyer.
Hi again.
And Laurie Poulter.
Hello, everyone.
Out of the casino into the commentating booth, I believe, but we're not going to talk about that too much. We have got a Desperado Whiz game, Desperado Whiz played by Tim Fowler on the left, versus HB ETF Moons, played by Aaryn Byrne on the right.
So these players both from Bristol, they play each other quite a bit, they obviously know each other quite well, and one of them will make the other one sad.
They also know each other's decks very well, I'd imagine. Both very common archetypes at the moment.
Yeah,
and the three of us have play-tested this matchup a lot, so hopefully we will be able to give valuable insight.
Yeah, so we've initially thought that this was quite favoured for Whiz, right?
Yeah.
And then we won a bunch of games with Moons where you built an early board and the ice was quite problematic, so how much ice you get and what you do with it is quite key for ETF in this matchup, I think.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think the ice suite and the number of ice is very key because you need to gear check Whizzard and get a Moon to stick behind the gear check ice.
Yeah.
Because they obviously doesn't have tutors, the Whiz deck, so
Exactly,
there's virtually a break, always a break you don't have.
Yeah, as Moons, you really want to draw 3 or 4 ice in the early game, use that to fuel a Moon, and then use that to find more ice. So, Architect obviously being the key piece.
So a quick cut update if you weren't following along. Dom Bowden and Sam Burdock are in the winners bracket. There's this matchup and Swifty against somebody else. Who's Swifty?
I think Patrick Gower.
Swifty against Patrick Gower in the other losers bracket.
Yeah. So yeah, we wave goodbye to Mike Prosser and Ollie McTaggart. Ollie Mc from last round. So here we are, we've got openers drawn up. These are first openers, I believe.
So there's a lot of key cards with this matchup. He really likes a Desperado, he likes a John Mass, he likes the Slums, but he also wants some draw and he wants some money. So although he's got a lot of cards that are really good, he needs to see a lot of cards. Ideally you want Moose in your opening hand, I think, because it gives you the long-term dribbling card.
Yeah, otherwise you end up having to click the credits a bit too much. There is also a one-off Hacktivist in Tim's deck.
Yeah.
Which is not a long-term solution, but it does slow Moons down a little bit in the early game.
It does, yeah. So one lets you clear an ARP, which can be backbreaking, and sometimes if you get it early, it's really disruptive.
It's good against advanced assembly lines and tech startup particularly.
Yeah.
But it can also snipe friends in high places from the corpse hand, which is just always a good time.
Yeah. So we talked about Aaron's opener earlier when we were looking at Ollie's deck. He really wants to see, against Whiz, you really want to see 1 ice and a tech startup or a Moon.
Yeah.
And that's it, essentially. You don't need to ice the HQ, though sometimes you want to, because if they get Desperado, Whiz is happy to run HQ, because they can just clear your assets out before you can play them, and then it's really hard to generate the tempo that you need.
Looks like, so Aaryn mulled Tim kept, but we don't know what Tim kept exactly. But I see a friends in high places in Aaron's hand, I think, or is that, no, it's a close on suffrage movement.
So click 1 draw, which is my favourite opening in Moons.
Sometimes.
Solid.
Yeah.
Then you want Architect Moon.
However, he hasn't instantly followed up by slapping 2 cards on the table, so maybe...
He's quite a deliberate player.
He is very methodical.
So...
Yeah, but for some players, this might be a tell that this wasn't Architect Moon, right? Because I would go Architect Moon, install in like 1 move.
Yeah.
I think most people would as well.
But it's good to play at the same pace that you always play.
Really? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you actually gain some value.
So here's the question. This is something we've discussed.
The eternal question.
Flip-flop the answer. What do you do about this remote? Do you run it or leave it?
We tend towards the side of running it.
Yeah. So we've gone.
Oh god. It depends a lot on your hand.
It's the worst case scenario, but again, it's not that bad.
Well, he hasn't.
Doesn't look like this is a move.
Hasn't rezzed a move.
Okay, well then that's
so bad.
Yeah.
Which means
it's bad.
It's still very good for Aaryn because that Architect is not going away.
Exactly.
So we can continue to slap things behind it, but I imagine that's a tech startup behind there.
Yeah, and that brings the second kind of check, the first check, I guess, on Tim's game. So now he needs to find a killer.
Yes, yeah. Mimic is the only killer Tim is playing. Some versions play MK Ultra, but it doesn't show up in Tim's deck.
Yeah, he got very angry about the suggestion that maybe we should play it.
Yeah, two Mimic is the solution in Tim's deck.
Definitively wrong, I think, was the expression used.
Definitively wrong. So Aaryn is...
So, a card for R&D.
Good chance we just see 2 new remotes. The ETF credit obviously just makes Architect that much sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn 1 Architect often isn't actually that great because you don't have anything in the bin.
It's a big tempo boost, but if this is a Moons or a tech startup, it's still better than the alternative.
Well, it can't be a Moon, right?
It could be a tech startup.
Or a bluff, yeah.
So I think Tim is actually up on that exchange.
I think so, yeah. It depends on friends in high places. I mean, if you can friends the tech startup straight behind the Architect.
The problem is if you leave it, next turn he puts some Moons up and maybe installs 2 things, then do you run it? And then
it just gets
makes
worse
the situation worse and worse.
So this is click 3, he's going to check. assembly lines, which we're going to see. Interesting that we didn't see that used to install something behind the architect. I wonder if that's because Aaryn doesn't have anything.
Oh, that's a good line.
Advanced assembly lines is such a tricky card. You can do a lot of fun things with it. And a daily business show, it's fine.
Yeah.
He does know what's coming.
So Tim has put down Moose, which is one of the most important cards you can draw, because that gives you the long-term drip econ.
Right now he has nothing to remove, but I assume something's going to come off a peddler.
He's only got 1 credit. I was just thinking now, what could he bring off for 1 credit?
Data Sucker.
Data Sucker's about it. Isn't
Peddler.
Peddler, that would be excellent.
The classic play.
Yeah.
Not much else actually.
So
Net eyes.
If you can't play something off that peddler, that's probably a bad install.
Surely
It
he
is,
can.
but yeah,
Tim's a
but
good player, isn't
he is
he?
very
In
good.
theory.
We'll make mistakes.
Well,
see.
we'll find out next term.
Yeah.
We will not judge.
Oh, so Aaryn very kindly giving Tim some water from his massive.
Yeah,
bottle.
that water bottle is a statement. Right?
It says like
is,
Protein
yeah.
World on it or something.
He's not going
That's
anywhere
surprising.
anytime soon, is he?
It's like half water bottle, half dumbbell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the old 2-for-1. So, going to see a remote come down here.
So we're going to definitely see
Something
friends.
here. I'm going to
worse.
see a friends in high places because that's what would
His
really.
friends
Oh, he doesn't have
back
okay.
breaking.
Look like it. Yeah. John
John,
Manners.
good old
That's
John.
better.
Yeah. So
And then we see a remove from the game. Oh, that's really good. This is really good for Tim, right?
Yeah.
it is, but he has no breakers and no other
No,
money.
that's
so
true, that is
John
true.
Mass is going to be a tricky one of it.
Yeah. So Aaryn is playing 2 daily business show. I
so
think.
that,
Yep.
he's also
No
playing,
wraparound.
Yeah, no wraparound, right? He's playing CVS as well, which we saw in one of the cut games earlier.
Yes, he is. So dirty laundry.
So
just
this should be into
cash.
HQ, because worst case scenario, you trash an asset that they then can't store. Well, worst case scenario is operation, I guess, but
We didn't see what he saw, which is kind of annoying.
come on, Tim.
And then a daily cast. So Tim's got some money going. He's actually
He's
quite a
got
lot
some
beacon.
income, he's got some draw, so it's okay. This, he's not a tech startup behind the architect, because he would have had to use it by now.
Yeah. So I wonder what it is. Lakshmi? Something dumb? Jeeves?
It's too early for Lakshmi, really.
Jay
but,
Howe?
I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know what you
Yeah,
would
you'd
put
love
behind
it to be a
You
Lakshmi.
don't want to block that server.
Yeah,
much.
you'd love it to be a Lakshmi.
Jeez, all right.
It could be an AAL.
We see a Lakshmi in hand there, so it can't be Lakshmi. There's turtlebacks.
So his hand looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It could be a moon.
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah,
Ooh.
So something had to go behind there, and Jackson's all right because it clears out, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you install that last click as well, like sometimes you have Jackson, but you don't have clicks to draw with it, but you don't want to.
Yeah.
It's great to have
Yeah,
it
so
pre-installed.
I like Jackson a lot there because it clears out your architect server.
Also,
Yeah,
it
that-
baits
you're
a
going
run.
to draw, then you're going to pop it.
Yeah.
Yes, and it might better run, which is really, really cool if you can make it happen. Although Tim is unlikely to.
Also, the run costs him nothing because he's got John Mass.
Yeah.
If Tim found Desperado, the run actually becomes profitable.
Yes, exactly. Tim really might want to think about trashing these daily business shows. A lot of the time you have to leave them, but they're going to dig to friends in high places.
Yeah, they're really, really irritating. So he should be. There's one.
Number 1, which is good after a Jackson draw, right? So, so he's installing over the Jack. Oh, I like
That's
that
pretty
play.
clever. Yeah, I
it's
like
a nice
that
play.
because
And an AL, which is just going to get you that nice bit of econ to get you going.
Yeah. So as
still
well
no
as
moon.
how much ice you draw, the second thing that determines the game is how many times you can play friends in high places.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, if you draw 3 really early, you can really bury Whizzard. And Aaryn is doing what you need to do against Whizzard, which is compress his clicks.
Yeah, he's pre-registered the advanced assembly lines, which stops you getting hacked.
Yes, it does. And it looks like he's installing
installing
now
something
to
else,
avoid
yeah.
discarding to hand size,
Yeah.
right? Which is a bit annoying. You'd rather have the credit when you're on 3 credits like this. Is that an ETF credit? Did he just forget to get it earlier in the turn? I guess so.
Maybe he did at the start of Tim's turn. I don't know.
Oh, maybe he did. Okay, yeah. Sure, everything
We'll
happening's
call that,
got
yeah.
board.
It's just-
So I've had worse, which is obviously an excellent card for just getting you that little bit of tempo.
Almost as good as making an entrance.
Almost as good to make an entrance, yeah. So there we've got the click 2 run, turtlebacks. Oh, you really do want to trash that, right? Aaron's money is quite
Aaron's
low.
money-
yeah,
Yeah,
you do.
that's
Yeah,
right, yeah.
so he does.
And there's a tech. Oh God.
Pay
This
credit?
is started to turn.
Doesn't look
no
like
way.
it. Oh, so Aaryn is. Aaryn seems like a really clean, methodical player who's on top of what's happening in the game. He
Yeah.
immediately noticed that credit hadn't been paid.
I don't know if you've noticed what Tim just drew off that John Masonori is going to be very relevant. There it is.
Yes, that's great.
Tim needs
because-
that massively. That
just
text.
wrecks the startup. I
Yeah.
think you have to probably do it anyway.
I think you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I see a friends and I place in Aaron's hand. So that's what you really don't want to lose, but I think you need to do
And
it.
the problem is it's a double dip, right? Because you're going to get moon off that
Yeah.
startup, and then you need to res the moon as well.
You definitely do it though, because always when
You have to, right?
hacktivist
It's your
is out.
plan.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Aaryn did make a slight mistake there by not resing the tech startup as soon as it was installed, because once your opponent knows about it, you should be playing around hacktivist. So he's given up a card.
Tim carefully avoided the game loss there for flipping the hacktivist card over.
Yep, always a good
Yeah.
time. You still need to get Moon, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
And that also gets Moon in play, which means that Friends becomes better.
Yeah, and essentially, like the way you play around Hacktivist is by just having a moon behind a piece of ice, and you never res anything else because you don't need to, because you're just getting moon counters
Correct,
for the
yeah.
installs.
Yeah.
Yes,
It does.
yeah.
It does give Tim a bit, and this is what Desperado Wiz can do well. You can control the board by just you don't necessarily contest the moon. What you do is contest the assets that are in the open. So you
Yeah.
get rid of the business shows, you get rid of the turtle backs, and then even though they've got this moon, it's not necessarily devastating.
Yes, exactly.
I think
You do
from
need
what,
Desperados to do that.
from what I've seen of Tim's hand, though, I don't think he has any breakers or a Desperado, which is really bad at this stage of the game.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for this Hacktivist, I would still really like Aaryn's position. I would actually like it a ton.
These
Yeah.
DBSs are insane value, right? Like, he's picking the best of 3 cards every turn.
Yeah, if it's basically just digging you to friends in high places and
Yeah.
ensuring you don't draw agendas along the way.
Well, and more ice.
yes,
Yeah.
and more eyes. Yeah.
So
that's
the only
very true.
problem that overstalled for Jackson is that he didn't shuffle the friends in high places back into the deck.
Yeah, but it's
which you
something-
really want to do. You want to get those friends circulating back through the deck as much as possible.
He also might find an ELP off this.
Yeah.
Enhanced login protocol, the current that would overwrite the Hacktivist.
Though he's not rich again.
No. There's still the friends in his hand,
Yeah.
so he's gonna res this moon, and he's just praying that he keeps that friends, right?
Yeah. I think he did, right?
Okay.
Install friends. Yep. Oh no.
No, triple
maybe they lost
install.
it.
Which leaves him with 0 cards in hand, so he now cannot res any
Yeah, that's
nice
So
cards.
one, he can't raise, but also it really slows down your tempo as Moon because you are going to get 1 card a turn naturally. You can't install that many assets. So
No.
this Moon is not going to spiral out of control like as quickly as some moons do.
Yeah, exactly. You might consider popping this moon for a bit of tempo.
If Tim fires Mimic now, oh yes,
Ooh.
excellent. That's huge. That's absolutely huge.
Yeah, it is. Because so this limits this Moon a lot. Can't res these assets anyway.
No, but
They can if you pop the Moon.
yeah, that's the key. So there's Vitruvius. So there's not a friends in there.
That's an interesting sneaky play by Tim because he ran. Aaryn left himself no cards to Rosa Jackson.
Ah, that is a good sneaky play.
Yeah, that was well played. Yeah.
So now we see Moon pop. Yeah, Daily Business Show. So Daily Business Show, of course, interacting with Moon. So Aaron's going to look at 5 cards here and then put 2 of them on the bottom. So he's getting more and more likely to find the currents or the friends in high places that he needs, but his board is now looking quite unimpressive in the face of that Hacktivist.
Yeah. I would point out though that Tim is in the blacklist danger zone, as I like to call it, where you shut off their Moose Econ and they have no money.
Yeah, at least he has a daily cast, right?
Yeah. That's key. So if that
Yeah.
stays, then the game becomes a lot worse.
That's a great find.
Yeah, you just have to kind of check everything,
So
right?
most lists only play 1. Yeah.
I guess now you found that, you're
now
a
you
lot less
don't, right?
satisfied, yeah.
What's the worst card that you can find that could be on the table? Also, is out of clicks. So,
Okay, yeah.
that was a 1 in 3. So that could be a huge swing in the game, right?
Yeah. Aaron has just dug through his deck so quickly. He really does have that going for him.
Yeah.
I still don't think I see an ELP though.
There is a Friends, but yeah, no ELP.
And that Friends is not helping with the hack.
Well, it's got a Quandary. That seems like it's going to go in front of the Moon.
Yeah, so do you...
That's what you want to
Quandary in front of
engineer.
the Architect, because you may as well, right? You don't need 2 servers at this point.
Yeah, Friends of the Moon back in.
Yeah.
Friends to move back in.
Definitely. That seems like the play to me. You got to spare a click in that. Perhaps it's still Jackson. Although you kind of want to save
You
it
really,
for after
really,
the Moon.
yeah, you really
for
need
next
to
turn.
start looking at the cards in your hand and working out which ones are Hacktivist fodder,
Yeah.
because otherwise you're not going to res anything and you're not going to get to play the game.
So option 2, at some point, he might look at bioticking a Vitruvius if
Yeah.
he can, just to clear this hack.
Yeah, that would be a very solid play, I think, because he's got. He's
Yeah,
so ready to
I
pounce.
don't want that install on HQ.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I feel
understand
like you
at all.
draw, install the ice, Friends about the Moon.
What's
What is-
that in there?
Don't know. Jackson, presumably.
Interesting.
Install credits.
Making a new server,
Oh, okay. Is he? Yeah, okay.
and then he's going to friends. Okay, so he's probably going to put the moon in that new server where he thinks it's protected. Yeah, that.
Yes, there you go. And
I like the play.
Jackson gives Tim click taxes Tim, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And Tim's pretty poor right now.
Also, you're making him guess which server to run.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
there is
yeah.
this weird, I don't know what is behind that Architect server, but imagine it was another moon.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the play you would make if you could, right? And then you just click the presses by
and
putting
then
it out.
a must trash asset.
Worth mentioning here that John Masanori tags you if you make an unsuccessful run, which makes
Yeah.
Aaron's gear checks a
Thanks,
lot better. I think Tim wanted to call it
Judas
Judasing when that
Massing.
happened, when he Judases you. Yeah, which I'm quite fond of.
So, click one around the moon. Seems...
It's the run HQ, so he's checking the card in his
Okay,
hand.
so now we can't deal with Fairchild.
Yeah.
Maybe he was hoping he could trash it so he could deny the moon res.
Well, but again,
then
it's
you could
fine because Aaryn is very low on cards again, which means that he is going to struggle to res the moon again. So this moon's still not going to get out of control. Tim really needs a little bit more econ, I think. He'd cut off at least 3 fingers for Desperado right now.
Yeah, and he needs to find his other 2 breakers as well.
Yeah, he would have.
That's a new measure I'm developing for how much you need a card.
He didn't need to cut off
and
any
he
fingers.
And a paperclip.
And a paperclip. This is excellent.
So now he's going to have such fantastic.
It's getting really close now.
Runs R&D.
I think that...
Yeah, so
Oh, he has a medium in hand as well, which is
Aaryn was
excellent.
up. I think Tim is now up.
Yeah, I think that pendle was huge. 2 of the 3.
So he's missing 2 ingredients. One is Yogg and one is a way to get through Fairchild. And then once he's got that, he is close to trivialising Aaryn's ice, which is when it becomes really dangerous.
And there are 2 friends in the bin, I believe.
Yeah, and he can't get them back with Jackson because he can't arrest them.
He's just been crippled by this blacklist, by this hacktivist, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely crippled. That's what was giving Tim the time to get into this game. If it wasn't for that, Aaryn would have such a strong ball position right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what Tim's board is doing, by the way. I don't know why there's a Desperado all the way over there.
so
I don't know why these cards are tilted
We spoke about this earlier. I liked Aaryn's board until he started doing this double layer of installs, which I guess is okay.
It's kind of inevitable.
Tim's is an absolute mess.
Yeah.
If there's any justice.
Very little respect for presentation here.
Well, for Netrunner in general, I think.
I'm really into this tilted, like the way that the daily cast, the medium is slightly tilted.
The Desperado is very rakish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a jaunty angle. Good times. At least the hacktivist is in the current zone where we all know currents belong, which is that weird middle point between two players. Thanks, Lucas. And then all this unused real estate down at the bottom of Tim's board there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've got a moon resed. So I assume this is Jack Spine, the architect. Jan would love to res.
So he's got 2 cards in hand. I think he's had to draw. He's managed to draw 1, and he's drawn at least 1. So this is draw click 2. And this is the problem. This is what this hacktivist is doing. It's forcing him to draw cards to install them.
Yeah.
Which is really what he doesn't want to happen. So Tim has a medium and a data sucker.
Yeah, which is great.
So he might not be far off value medium town, where he just slaps down a medium and takes an access every turn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. You get a card of credit.
Yeah.
And then eventually you end up winning the game, which is quite good. So
was that the last friends? That's
That is the third
looks
friend.
like it, yeah.
It's unfortunate.
So what do you want here?
It's not even that.
Lines. I just want lines, I think.
Yeah,
really need
one of the installs is certainly
really
lines.
So there's 2 options, I guess. One is that you try and tax Whizzard's credits, so you get stuff he can't trash.
Ooh, I'm not crazy about backs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, are you going to res any of these cards?
No.
They're
So
probably just tax.
you will res the CSM if Tim leaves it, but
Yes, but he won't, yeah.
you can't
Like,
res the backs.
you wouldn't res AA.
You can't res the backs.
No.
So maybe actually the answer is just 2 high value assets that Tim can't trash. And you just try and build
exactly.
your board.
Yeah. Because you are building up Moon, and then you will find ELP and be able to play it, clear Moon and res everything. Like.
So Tim trashes the CSM, gains a credit, gains a card. So this is what Desperado does for you. The tempo is great, because Tim was poor and now he's almost, even though he hasn't got that many credits, he's almost got all the money he needs this game.
Yeah. So these are G's on so far R&D. You don't really want to trash it, right? Your econ's still a little too.
Yeah, I think you leave it.
You're going too soon, but
I quite like a data suck down. Is his memory okay?
I thought this is good too.
Yeah, you
fine.
still want to find Yogg.
You want to find Yogg, you want to find a little bit more econ. Yeah, that's fine. Aaryn plays a CVS, it's worth noting, which has a little bit of utility in this matchup. One is that you can potentially blindside them with a Fairchild if they thought they could data sucker through Yogg.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's the best use for it.
Off medium, but that's not great.
And yeah, a little bit of passive R&D protection.
Aaryn's got a few more cards in hand.
Looks like there's an ELP there.
Yep.
Oh, that's big.
It's huge. Well,
So Tim almost certainly has a strike by now, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
this list also plays free strike.
Yeah,
And
he's
it's not
gonna
as
have a
good
right
as
to it.
hack, but it's good enough to clear the LP.
yeah, that's all you really care about, is clearing it. And you forced him to at least spend a credit and a click on his next turn.
Yeah. The ELP lets you raise the backs as well, and then maybe your econ starts to recover a bit as
Yeah.
moons. Also, it also means if you ELP, Tim can't run this moon, which I think he probably wants to do.
There we are. So a couple of turns too late, maybe, but
Maybe it helps get you back in the game.
yes, exactly. It's what you needed to get back in the game. So
Because, yeah, maybe Tim should have contested this moon actually last turn.
yeah, because of this very
You don't lose a lot by checking first click. I mean,
Exactly.
You don't want to clear the John tag, but the upside's pretty huge.
Yeah,
And we know it's Quandary. He doesn't know that, but
yeah. If it's an architect or a Fairchild, you're pretty happy.
yep.
Any ice that requires them to pop moon to pay for is actually pretty good for you because at least you still got rid of the moon.
Yeah, so you've got the answer for everything except for Quandary. It's the only ice you can't do it.
So I assume we're going to see 2 installs from Aaryn here. No friends.
Probably Res backs though, right?
Yep. Or is he
Oh,
going?
this mystery remote.
I mean, we kind of view it as a Jackson. Is he resing it just because of hack?
Yeah, because of hack. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
reasonable.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is fine.
It's fine. Yeah, Aaryn looks quite unsure though.
So what's
It
that
does, yeah.
new remote?
That is a tech startup with a vanilla in front of it,
Okay.
Yep. So force
which I like.
it.
I mean, it does V1 and D vulnerable, of course. But
So he gets rid of the strike.
Yeah, Tim
Yeah.
might just win off medium.
So Aaron again has no cards in hand.
again, I'd like a click 1 moon, I think, here.
So he's going to see 2
can't.
cards.
Because if it's a fair shot, he gets blown out. He had to strike first.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, no, that's a fair point, yeah.
Sees 2 cards. We get a steal on a global food initiative, so he's halfway to winning the game.
So this is what often happens to Desperado is. You keep on top of the assets, and effectively he almost got a turn off there because there were no new installs he had to check, apart from this one behind an ice, which means it can't be CSM. It can be advanced assembly lines, which is devastating if they've got a CSM, but we know it's in the bin. This medium is really threatening.
Yeah, Tim seems quite willing to just try and win off this medium here. You do have to be careful with that because you might give him too much tempo. But 3 cards is a lot of cards
Yeah.
to see, so
It's going again, which I'm not sure. And the only thing is, I guess, he's getting so much value off the DBSs here
yeah, digging in past that.
because
Yeah, wow,
he's
yeah.
getting fresh access every turn.
You really want to kill this moon, though, don't you? Like, this
Sure.
moon is
Yeah, so,
all
next
Aaryn has.
next turn, I think you go and kill this move.
It's all he
for
has.
sure.
Yeah. All 3 friends are in the bin as well.
I was about to say, is this a serious?
Ah,
But that's
I'm not even sure about that.
That's not-
yeah.
yeah.
That's not too bad for Tim at all. Like, Aaron's
'cause
unprotected and
he's
he's
still
getting
getting
credit.
fresh access.
He's
Yeah.
worried about just losing, I guess, off the medium digs, but 3 credits is so many to risk.
Tim,
Yeah, it's a lot.
Tim will almost certainly run that remote as well at some point.
So I wonder if Aaron's considering removing Jackson for 3 friends.
Yeah, he must do, right?
That's a good play. Friends giving you, beyond anything else, Friends in high places giving you 2 moon counters for 1 click. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
You've got at least 2.
There's 3. I thought.
There's
so he
a
might be-
face down.
He
so.
might be considering. Whoa.
I don't like that.
Well, no, because if you've got another friends, you can just friends
There
them
must
back.
not
Yeah.
be another Friends in there.
There must not be.
Yeah. I think there's 3 friends. That's a snap decision. It's not that tricky. But
I agree. Well, they are placed jauntily on top of the deck, waiting to be shuffled in. Aaryn looks like he's thinking about something. He's running a tech starter.
Tech starting from
is he-
Blacklist.
Yeah, he's tech starting for Blacklist.
Yeah.
Ah, behind a vanilla.
Always a classic
vanilla,
move.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the
probably,
paperclip in
yeah.
the bin.
Yeah, nice.
So 1 paperclip in the bin, I think. 1 more in the deck or is in his hand
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, I like that.
And
there's a
again,
retrieval
and
on
another
his
huge
hand.
fault for Tim. Like, this moon now may not get run again.
Would have been amazing earlier because it would have stopped up the moose. Now, as it is, Tim's almost got enough econ that it's not so much of an issue now.
Well, the paperclip in the bin is an issue.
Yeah. The blacklist is still good because of the paperclip. Earlier, it would have been amazing because of the moose.
Yeah.
Now it's just good
Certainly,
because of the
yeah.
moose. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What are those 3 face down remotes? Do we know?
One's turtlebacks.
Correct.
I think 1 might be a Lakshmi.
Yeah. Which he could end up using to score a successful field
He
test.
could, but he hasn't got any cards in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to just keep finding friends to dig yourself back into this game.
So he needs an ice for R&D is his problem.
Yeah, he does,
He doesn't
right.
want to be icing R&D because that's a card you have to take from DBS that you'd otherwise take an asset, and it's a click you have to spend, and you have to find the econ to res it. But if he doesn't ice R&D, he's going to lose a R&D at
Yeah,
some point
exactly.
in the near future. You know that's where 100% of the agendas are.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
They physically can't be anywhere else.
seven agendas in that R&D.
Yeah.
Tim needs to see 2 of them.
Yeah. The problem Moons has that if you against a deck like Reg Wiz, especially Desperado Wiz, late game you cannot stop them getting accesses.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. All you can do is try and stop them with Lakshmi.
So it's like we're popping Moon now.
Which
That's interesting.
is okay for a bit of tempo, right?
But
8 credits, 4 cards.
he should have done it at the end of his last turn.
It depends what you saw off the DBS, right?
You could have got double DBS potentially.
So
Yeah.
if you've drawn a friends off your DBS, then I like that play a lot more because you can then friends the Moon straight
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I think he has got a friends there, Alan Jeeves. Oh no, it's a couple
I see a couple of genders and
But
Jeeves.
and also like we said, he needs the econ to res the res on ice that he's going to have to
Yeah.
do. So
I do think Tim's very far ahead still.
I agree. Yeah.
Centrals are flooded full of agendas. Aaryn can't afford to.
He's a
defend
long way
them.
from scoring.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big part of the problem.
He
That's
hasn't-
why
that's not much money.
It
9
needs
money.
to be a successful field test, otherwise he's just going to be way too slow. And that's such a hard agenda to score.
There's almost certainly not a wraparound in this deck. Look at the influence on the table as
There's
well.
not. I asked him
not,
yesterday.
Okay, yeah. So he can't. The paperclip in front of the blacklist.
Well, it means that Tim has one more answer to vanilla. I think we saw one Parasite go. There's a second in Tim's deck, so he's got 2 answers to vanilla in the deck instead
Yeah.
of 1.
He is drawing a lot of his deck though, right?
Yeah, Tim's got quite a way through.
Turtlebacks gets rezzed.
Yeah,
It's
that's
nice to
good.
finally see
This
it.
might be a
I
second
think we might see a naked engender install here.
Oh,
No, you can't. You can't
It's
because,
so bad.
Desperado checks everything you play.
yeah.
You also have 2 agendas in hand and quite far behind, and you got put a G's on the table.
You could put one behind that quandary over there. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that does make more sense.
So Tim is meticulous about checking prepared remotes. It's one
Yeah.
of the things he does really well.
But where would you run now if you were Tim?
I would check the.
I would run HQ at least twice. Maybe
I would.
Easy to say.
I would definitely.
Okay, we got eyes there
I'd
now.
definitely run R&D first, just to force the res. I
Yeah.
think.
Yes. Yeah, I like that too. There's nothing here that really blows you out. Yep.
So I don't like that run because you know that's a vanilla, right?
Yeah.
That has to be.
Judas.
Okay,
Okay,
it's
so
not
he has the Parasite. Blacklist goes. That's good for Aaryn, right?
Gets a credit
Tim
and
had
a
to
draw.
spend, and if he clears that, that's 4 clicks he's spent. Right?
3.
Run, Parasite, run,
Clear. That's his turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the option it does give you, if he does find a friends, you can just you can friends that server back.
Yeah.
Because the blacklist, the Parasite is a temporary solution, not a
Yeah,
permanent.
that's an excellent friend. Yeah, friendsing back the ice they parasited with the thing that was behind it originally. Tim spent his whole turn, and Aaryn can go, okay, I'm going to spend a click
Yeah.
dealing with the same problem.
And he also gains 3 credits.
Yeah, yes, exactly. It doesn't look like he has a friends though. Not a super high volume of friends for Aaryn this game, right?
So G's, value G's there, so this is probably draw,
the
draw, right?
old pad campaign. Yeah, all the draw.
Because he just needs options.
I love the value Jeeves.
Yeah. World's worst pad campaign.
An excellent card.
Has he drawn a friends? It does not look.
Does not look like it. Looks like there's quite a few agendas in his hand.
And he's poor.
Yeah, it's
so this
really
is going to
hard.
get him 3
Oh, is
credits.
this just going to be a sad install? From here, 2 credits.
2 credits, sorry, yes, there's a strikeout.
Oh, goodness
If
me.
it's in lines, it helps a bit.
Okay, yeah. So, not the all-time worst. Trash that bad boy, put a thing maybe behind that
Get
vanilla.
another
quandary.
2 if it's a new remote. Okay.
Ooh, why would you put it there and not
Yeah,
behind
that's
the...
right. I like it there. I think it needs the money. I think money is his key choking point right now. And it also means that Tim's job is to try and choke that money by forcing reses that Aaryn doesn't want to make.
Yeah, I agree, yeah. So, doesn't need to discard, he's still got a bunch of agendas in his hand.
Also, Tim would love to see him res another barrier because it means he gets paperclip out the bin before Blacklist comes back.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, you almost don't want to res Eli
I don't think you do res Eli or another vanilla at this point.
He's got a laundry on R&D.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to... Is he going to triple click, you assume so?
Yeah,
right?
he shows 2
You have
accesses,
to, right?
a card and a
It's
credit.
quite underrated to just not triple click and take the rest
Sometimes,
of
but
your
Well,
the
with John installed as
the
well.
value,
Yeah,
the value this
exactly.
time because he's got medium out and because he's got John
Yeah.
and because he's
Yeah.
got
And he's
Desperado.
dirty laundry. It's
turn. Oh, yeah, it's just... Yeah, you
And he's
use
got
it.
John.
pretty brave day laundry, really.
Still,
Okay.
I think this is done.
Oh, that's game. Wow.
Yeah.
What a quick ending.
Yeah,
Aaron
that
was
was
really
it.
starting to dig his way back into
Yeah,
that game.
I think Tim had inevitably on his side there, and Aaryn I don't think had a way to.
He had nowhere near enough money for a start.
No, but he was moving towards his victory condition,
Yeah.
right? He really was. He knew what he had to do to win. That hacktivist just gave him so much.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
huge, absolutely huge.
That Hackness, which was literally the last card that went to the deck. I think.
Yeah.
Did a huge amount of work. Tim played very well. I think he
Yes, he did.
minimised the moves, which is really important. Aaron's draws didn't help in that regard, and the hacktivist also killed him.
So
Yeah.
That's Aaryn out of the cut, right?
Aaryn out.
Yeah.
So Tim will play the winner of Swifty and Patrick.
Yep.
Those
Is
days.
Dave.
So Tim versus Swifty, which is the matchup he did not
So
want
that's
to see.
Patrick out, is it?
That's Patrick
That's
out,
really
yeah.
sad.
That's sad. But still a great performance by both
Yeah,
those players.
great performance from Patrick. Great performance from Aaryn.
Yeah.
ETF versus Wiz.
So Tim will play Swifty. The winner of that will play the loser of Don and Sam.
Yes, which we
Which
don't
is
have a
Don.
result for yet. Don
So
lost.
Sam beat Don.
Did you
And
say
so Sam
Tim's
is
running
at the top
against
bracket.
Swifty? No, the other way around. Yeah, that's
Tim
very
is
good.
Scorpio.
That's
So,
very
Tim,
good.
so Tim has dodge synced the matchup he really
Yes.
did not want to see.
Everyone in this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Everyone's terrified of sync. No one's got a good sync matchup apart from Aaryn, who's now out. So Swifty's not looking too bad if he can navigate this losers bracket, I think.
I'll play Tim.
So I think we're going to sign off for now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't think we've got much else to say. Arguably, we had nothing to say to begin with.
Well, yeah, you could say that would be cruel and accurate, but never mind.
Thank you very much for Laurie to Laurie for joining us. Thanks again, Chris, and we'll see you guys around.
We'll
again
find another guest commentator.
soon.
Who knows
Yes.
who?
Mystery person.
Bye.